The federal government is announcing more financial support to combat auto theft across the country, in addition to the $28 million announced 2 weeks ago to bolster border control. Today, the Minister of Safety detailed how an additional $15 million will help tackle the growing problem at the municipal and provincial levels. Sarah Galashan is following this latest announcement, and she joins us now. So, Sarah, what's new today?
Well, here, listen, we've heard from government officials, from law enforcement across the country, that about 90,000 vehicles across Canada are stolen annually. And that all adds up to a cost of about $1 billion, the brunt of that borne by the individual Canadian insurance policy holder and taxpayers. And so, as you point out, in addition to that $28 million that 2 weeks ago was announced, that primarily being to curb the exports of stolen vehicles, now we have $15 million that's being announced, and that is to support law enforcement efforts across the country in terms of trying to combat auto theft. The way this breaks down, $9.1 million is going to go to law enforcement at all levels across the country. So we're talking about provincial, territorial, and importantly, municipal, because when a car is stolen, that's where the initial investigation starts, right? It's the municipal police forces that take in that first police report. The hope is that added money is going to increase their capacity to be able to take in vehicles that have been identified and seized by border services and be able to figure out where those cars go and investigate further to that end. A lot of money is made from international sales export of stolen vehicles. To that, we've got another $3.5 million that is going to go to Interpol, and then finally $2.4 million, of that $15 million is going to go toward coordination of domestic and international partners. All of this with the aim to coordinate, investigate, and try and prevent auto theft. Hillary.
And Sarah, this money will be distributed to agencies right across the country, but where is auto theft happening most frequently?
Of course, it's happening across the country, but what we have seen is a spike in a number of provinces, particularly notable in Ontario, where it's up 48% in the year 2022, and then that same year, Quebec seeing it go up 50% in terms of number of cars stolen. And we actually heard from Montreal's mayor at this press conference, and she talked about 500 arrests being made related to this crime. And sort of shockingly, she talked about the ages of those arrested in these crimes. She says that 50% of the time they were between the ages of 12 to 24. I'm going to play you a little bit more of what she told us.
So what I was sharing earlier is that there was about 500 arrests in the last year related to car thief, and 50% of those were aged between 12 and 24 years old. This is young. And so it means that a lot of young people or our youth are interested because yes, it can be easy money. Like we've had examples, and sometimes it's about getting a gun. And this is also something that my administration and the SPVM is fighting.
Yeah, so you heard her say there, quick, easy money to someone who is perhaps young and easily influenced. Often what we're seeing are luxury vehicles being stolen, and they can be quickly sold for between $500 to $5,000. And too often, she says, the proceeds of that go back into other criminal endeavors, the purchase of illegal weapons. The vehicles themselves, we've talked about this, can be shipped overseas. And when that is happening, law enforcement blaming transnational organized crime groups and saying that often the vehicles are going to places in Africa or places in the Middle East, but also they are used, we're told, as part of organized crime in Canada, gang activity. Either way, there is a level of coordination that happens across the country. That is why the money is being distributed across the country to try and combat this and alleviate what individual car owners are going through when they have that vehicle stolen and the money that they have to spend in order to get a new vehicle and just deal with trying to find that vehicle. Hillary?
A huge anxiety right now, Sarah, I think, for a lot of people, for sure. Sarah Galashan for us there. Thank you so much.